Hello and welcome. I'm Catherine Osborne, President and CEO of Corporate Harmony, and I'll be your host for today's webinar with the help of your certified subject matter experts. I am the author of the book Corporate Harmony, the performance link for today's modern organization, and of the upcoming book Healthcare Harmony, Thriving in the Line of Fire. I am also a licensed affiliate, certified coach, and the Canadian representative for the Centre for Influential Leadership, where we develop leaders for increased productivity, enhanced teamwork, greater initiative, and more agility with change. The Centre's founder, Dr. Michael Frisina, spent his career in healthcare administration and is now an internationally recognized leadership expert, speaker, and author, specializing in the creation of tactical capacity in leaders and organizational teams worldwide. Tactical capacity can be thought of as any behavior that is not a technically explicit behavior. In other words, tactical capacity is the behavior that enables you to be a role model for your direct reports. It's the behavior that guides operational improvements. It's the behavior that creates organizational culture. It's the behavior that guides others through change. And it's the behavior that allows you to sustain excellence on the job. But first, some housekeeping. I would ask everyone to pick up your smartphone or electrical device and turn it off. Then place it in the middle of the table, face down. Thank you. The time we spend together here today is your time and no one else's, and it's important that you enjoy this time without the pressures of the outside world. One of the things that we practice throughout these sessions is the art of being present in the moment with me. Our physical energy flow is easily disrupted, but it can be reset using a very focused breathing exercise. So, please close your eyes, put both feet flat on the floor, and sit comfortably in your chair. Now, take a deep, deep breath. Inhale. Fill up your lungs until they push your abdomen right out. 1, 2, 3. Now slowly, slowly exhale every tiny bit of air and blow away every bit of your work responsibility for right now in this moment. 2, 3. I will be counting for your breath, but if you can't keep up such a slow pace, just breathe as comfortable for you, understanding that the slower, the better. And it will come with practice. Now, take another very slow, deep, deep breath. 1, relax and drop your shoulders. 2, feel the tenseness leave your hands, your arms, your face, your neck. 3, and now slowly, slowly exhale every tiny bit of air. 1, and relax your chest, your abdomen, your hips, and your legs, and your feet. 2, 3. Now again, take a deep, deep breath. 1, fill up your lungs until they push your abdomen right out. 2, 3. Now slowly, slowly, exhale every tiny bit of air. 1. And blow away every bit of your home life that is heavy on you. 2. And allow yourself to feel peace right now in this moment. 3. And now, open your eyes. You have just done a natural reboot of your personal energy field, also known as your biofield. This natural reboot exercise helps you to bring you into coherence. It helps to bring you into the here and the now, and it brings you back into the moment. You cannot discuss behavior without an awareness of your personal human energy, because your behavior is, for the most part, the physical manifestation of your thoughts and feelings. It is the physical manifestation of your energy. Today, we are continuing with the self-awareness domain of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership, and we are looking at the second principle, create your personal mission statement. We should also do a quick review of a few of the highlights from the first principle of the self-awareness behavior domain, discover and establish your inner core. But first, a mini-med to quiet the mind chatter and to open your mind. The music that accompanies the mini-meds is a type of brainwave music. Brainwave music has been proven to move a person into a more positive mental and emotional attitude. The clip that you are hearing is typical of the theta brainwave state, which has proven benefits such as a deeper connection to one's emotions, increased intuition, greater levels of energy and relaxation, enhanced self-awareness, and a greater ability to enter into a highly focused, effortless learning state. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath. Welcome to the mini-med for thought cleansing for an open mind. For these couple of minutes, I invite you to find a comfortable position for your body and let every muscle relax any tension right now. You may be feeling that there are so many thoughts, it just feels like your brain is so crowded and you would love to be able to just have a thorough cleansing, to have any thoughts that no longer serve you, to be easily removed and released, and to have those good flowering thoughts be even more deeply planted in your mind. Imagine that there's a warm ball of light energy that is surrounding your physical being and concentrated right around your head, just bringing a feeling of warm, supportive love around your mind and your brain. This warm light and this ball of energy is easily able to infiltrate right into your brain, right into every aspect of your mind. Let this energy in and invite it to do its work. Let it encompass every brain cell, every dimension of your mind, and weed out, easily releasing any thoughts that no longer serve you, and rewire any thinking that needs to be rewired right now. If there's something specific that's been bothering you, invite the warm, healing light to handle that situation, to come in and sort out the useful thoughts, and easily release any thoughts that are blocking your solution and your movement forward. Just really staying still and letting this light energy do all the work. It's cleaning and purifying your thoughts and rewiring the way that your thoughts are stored in your brain. Let yourself just settle and breathe deeply as this light does its work, maintaining that deep stillness and peaceful trust that this light energy is doing great positive work for you right now. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that the thoughts remaining are those that serve you best and are grounded and present in solution and love, moving you forward. Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? Across from you? What sounds do you hear? You will remember being introduced to this formula E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. This formula originated from Jack Canfield, author of The Success Principles and the co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books, who says, "Life is lived in events. We have virtually no control over these events, but what we can control, what is unique to each and every human being, is the power to choose our response to events as they occur. So choose wisely, as the quality of your life is in your choosing in each and every event." Life is a constant flow of events. Some events we experience are positive, and some are disruptive and negative. How we respond to those events determines the outcomes we get in life and at work. And today's outcomes often create tomorrow's events. The truth is that we don't always have control over the events we experience, but we always have control over how we respond. How you choose to respond will affect how well you can perform your job, how easily you are able to create and maintain relationships at work. Ultimately, how you choose to respond will affect your overall personal wellness, your physical health, and your mind health. At the heart of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership is our skill for response. The influential leadership principles are the keys to self-management. They are the behavior skills, the personal disciplines that give us the ability and motivation to successfully manage our thoughts, feelings, and actions as we respond daily to the challenges, opportunities, and ever-changing circumstances of life and work. The events plus response equals outcome equation was presented earlier as the physics of life. The variable, R, response, in this equation is a clear illustration of the only factor in life over which we have any significant amount of control. Your skill of positive presence equips you with the mindset to produce effective behavior. The principles of influential leadership enhance quality of work and quality of life because they strengthen your ability to manage the R in the equation. Influential leadership equips you with the behavior skills that enable you to respond effectively to the events you experience every day. The more significant the E, the more important the R. The more positive the R, the better the O. A positive R, a positive response to the event, doesn't mean you agree with the event or the change, but it does mean that you will be a happier, healthier, and more productive person. Your aptitude for the skill of positive presence, your ability for a positive and energized mindset, determines the quality of your response. Quality of life and quality of work don't just happen. They are the result of strong behavior skills that produce effective self-management. Remember, circumstances don't determine success. Our success in life and at work is determined by how we respond to the circumstances. Modern life is full of hassles, deadlines, frustrations, and demands. For many people, stress is so commonplace that it has become a way of life. Stress isn't always bad. In small doses, it can help us perform under pressure, and it can motivate us to do our best. But when we're constantly running in emergency mode, our mind and body pay the price. Stress is a normal physical response to events that make us feel threatened or that upset our balance in some way. In fact, for many people, any amount of change at all can trigger stress, especially if it's perceived to be unwanted change. When we sense danger, whether it's real or imagined, our body's defenses kick into high gear in a rapid, automatic process known as the flight or fight or freeze reaction, or the stress response. The stress response is the body's way of protecting you. When working properly, it helps you stay focused, energetic, and alert. In emergency situations, stress can save your life, giving you extra strength to defend yourself, for example, or spurring you to slam on the brakes to avoid an accident. The stress response also helps you rise to meet challenges. When you perceive a threat, your nervous system responds by releasing a flood of stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones rouse the body for emergency action. Your heart pounds faster, muscles tighten, blood pressure rises, breath quickens, and your senses become sharper. These physical changes increase your strength and stamina, speeds your reaction time, and enhances your focus. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing business climate, the most dangerous thing about stress is how easily it can creep up on us. We get used to it. In fact, it starts to feel familiar, even normal. We don't notice how much it's affecting us, even as it's taking a heavy toll. The signs and symptoms of stress overload can be almost anything. Stress affects the mind, the body, and our behavior in many ways, and everyone experiences stress differently. Not only can overwhelming stress lead to serious mental and physical health problems, it can also take a toll on our relationships at home and at work. Because of the widespread damage stress can cause, it's important to know your own limit. But just how much stress is too much differs from person to person. We're all different. Some people are able to roll with the punches, while others seem to crumble in the face of far smaller obstacles or frustrations. Some people even seem to thrive on the excitement and challenge of a high stress lifestyle. Our ability to tolerate stress depends on many factors, including the quality of our relationships, our general outlook on life, our emotional intelligence, and our genetics. Our stress tolerance level can be influenced by things such as how good our support network is, how good our sense of control is, our general attitude and outlook on life, our awareness of and ability to deal with our emotions, our knowledge and preparation when going into a stressful situations, and our knowledge base of the effects of stress on our mental, emotional, behavioral, and social capacity, just to name a few. The stress hormones, most notably adrenaline and cortisol, erode higher brain networks, inhibiting us from succeeding fully at life. Chronic stress means the stress response system is turned on nearly full time, releasing toxic hormones into our system and shutting down the creative and executive parts of our brain. Stress hormones, when continuously in our system, can even shrink our higher brain networks responsible for creativity and decision making. Stress hormones eventually expand the lower brain networks that switch the emotional set point to negative. They can impair the immune system, ruin the cardiovascular system, and damage chromosomes producing cancer cells and cause premature aging. Stress hormones, if allowed to run rampant and continuous, can even kill brain cells and can eventually kill you if you ignore the stress responsible for triggering those hormones. At work, stress dampens performance, thwarts teamwork, leads people to make bad decisions, and accounts for nearly half of turnover. In today's organizations, when a company hires an employee, they are essentially hiring that person's brain and hoping it is a smart brain that will grow even smarter with experience. But place that person in a high pressure work environment without the tools to transcend stress, and the likelihood is that he or she will lose brain capacity. In reality, stress can drain organizational brain power. Brain scans from the Mayo Clinic show the impact of stress on brain function. One scan shows a brain beleaguered by stress. The other shows a brain functioning at optimum, lit up and pulsing with activity. The scan of optimal brain function looks like the massive network of lights you see when flying on a dark night over a metropolis like Toronto, while the stress brain looks like the dim lights you see scattered here and there as you fly over North and Midwest farmland. The difference between the two brain scans is a good representation of the brain power that is lost to the continuous emotion of stress. Self-awareness is about being present. The art of being present requires that your personal energy flow be as coherent as possible, as smooth as possible. To attain a coherent energy flow requires practice, but even more importantly, it requires awareness. The more positive your energy flow becomes, the more coherent your biofield becomes. In fact, the more positive your energy flow becomes, the larger your biofield becomes. The more you practice, the more aware you become. And the more aware you become, the easier it is for you to create the positively balanced energy needed for coherence. Influential leadership is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey. All of us are at some unknown point between the beginning and the end of it. Keeping in touch with your values is a lifelong exercise. There are no shortcuts. In our age of instant gratification, many people are looking for simple solutions and the quick and easy way to achieve success. But there are no simple solutions. Achieving our best requires hard work, discipline, and time. Influential leadership is about closing the gap between what your life is and what it could be. There's an old saying, you build character through the daily discipline of aligning your behavior with your beliefs and values, and doing this is most important when it is most difficult. We use our values to guide how we respond to life and work. In order to do that, we must develop the discipline and discernment to see our attitudes and behavior through the filter of our values. We cannot allow circumstances or emotional impulses to direct our behavior. And know, too, that behavior is easy when life is treating us well, but it gets really, really difficult when life and circumstance are against us. The important thing is we mustn't settle for less than our best. Identifying your values and then living those values to be your best self in everything you do is an essential step toward self-awareness. Create your personal mission statement is the second principle of the self-awareness behavior domain. Influential leaders have great clarity about where they are going. They are not along for the ride. They are on a mission. Influential leaders focus on where they are going and what they need to do to get there. I was sitting in the airport and I heard a ticket agent make the following announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a destination check. You are on United Airlines Flight 1492 with nonstop service to Columbus, Ohio. If you do not want to go to Columbus, now would be a good time to find the airplane that is going where you want to go. This is how influential leaders live their lives. It is vitally important for you to do regular destination checks to make sure you are focused on the activities that will take you and your organization to where you want to go. So it is that a personal purpose statement is so imperative to have. Otherwise, you may find yourself on the wrong plane. Here we have the 3 domains of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership with their corresponding behavior principles. The behavior domains of self-awareness, collaboration, and connection are organizational intangibles that are driven by your personal intangibles. Remember, an organization is only as good as the collective force of its people. Organizations that blossom and flourish are blessed with leaders who have an understanding of these fundamental principles of influential leadership and the discipline to intentionally and purposefully create the mindset and apply the behavior skills associated with these principles on a daily basis and in every human relationship. Every one of these principles is interrelated. Not any single one is standalone or more important than another. On the other hand, the behaviors associated with collaboration are very difficult, if not impossible, without the principles of self-awareness. And the behaviors associated with connection are very difficult, if not impossible, without the principles of self-awareness and collaboration. Continuously building your skill of positive presence and embracing the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership is where real breakthroughs begin, as we first seek to become the change we desire in the world. Again, here we have the equation for the physics of life. Life is a series of events. Some are good and some not so good. It is vitally important to understand that when it comes to workplace behavior, we are all leaders because it is through our own personal behavior competency that we influence others. The influential leadership principles are the keys to self-management. They are the behavior skills, the personal disciplines that give us the ability and motivation to successfully manage our thoughts, feelings, and actions as we respond daily to the challenges, opportunities, and ever-changing circumstances of life and work. These 10 behavior principles are neither inherited nor instinctive. The 10 behavior principles are skills that must be learned and mastered. Skillful mastery of these 10 principles requires discipline and practice. Lots and lots of discipline and practice. Every life and work event will be unique, and every response will be as unique as the event itself. The 10 principles of influential leadership will provide the tools that enable you to handle life and work events with skill. Here's the bottom line. Circumstances don't determine success. Our success in life and at work is determined by how we respond to every human event. A distinguishing characteristic of successful people is their ability to stay focused on a goal until it is accomplished. Successful people do not possess more time, energy, or talent than other people, but they are more focused. They know their power is greatest when it is focused on a mission. Focused energy will accomplish what the same energy, unfocused, cannot accomplish. We live in a busy, noisy world that often distorts our priorities and distracts us from paying attention to what is most important. Influential leaders cut through the noise and focus their attention on what matters most at home, at work, and in the community. People manage their attention either by focusing it intentionally, like a beam of energy, or by diffusing it in disjointed, disconnected actions. Successful people have an uncommon focus on something that less successful people simply take for granted or merely pay lip service to. The skill of positive presence and the associated behavior competency of influential leadership provide the basis from which you acquire the internal power of focus necessary for success. And don't forget the virtue of persistence, another internal power for success. Here's a good example of persistence. Cha Sa-soon, a Wonge of South Korea, got her wish and finally got her driver's license after 960 tries. And of course, who doesn't know the story of Abe Lincoln? We rarely find examples of constant persistence for success like those of Abe Lincoln. If anyone wants the inspiration of how many efforts a human can make, look up Abe's success journey. Lincoln's journey suggests that the true measure of a leader lies not in how much we cultivate and exploit our strengths, but in how we work on tapping, in Lincoln's words, the better angels of our nature, to use our strengths in the service of a cause much greater than our own personal plan and gain. Abraham Lincoln was also an eloquent speaker. After losing yet another Senate race, he said, "The path was worn and slippery. My foot slipped from under me, knocking the other out of the way. But I recovered and said to myself, it's a slip, not a fall." And one final quote from Abe Lincoln. "One who never fails but learns succeeds finally." Unfortunately, some people have lost their focus. They have allowed their dreams to fade and their passion for excellence to erode. They do their work and go through daily routines, but they lack a sense of mission. They are not fully engaged. They settle for less than their best. Such an approach to life diminishes families, companies, and communities, but it does not have to be this way. Focus is essential for achievement of any kind. Focus controls both our discipline and our passion. What we focus on determines where we invest our time and effort, and ultimately what we achieve and produce in life and at work. Successful people do the things that average people are unwilling to do. They are ordinary people with extraordinary levels of focus, discipline, passion, and confidence. Determine what you want to achieve and make it your mission and your purpose. If you've ever had any experience with the universal laws, the law of attraction is probably the most known, and this is it in a nutshell. Influential leaders do more than just set goals. They commit to a mission, a purpose. Their goals are part of their purpose. Influential leaders have the ability to commit to a purpose. They have clear goals that give them focus, discipline, passion, and confidence in life and at work. Influential leaders have more than one purpose. They have a strong sense of purpose at home, at work, and in the community. And it need not be a dramatic purpose. It can be simple and yet very deep and profound. Mother Teresa's mission was to care for the poor and the sick in Calcutta, and she pursued that mission with great passion and faithfulness. The difference maker for peak performing organizations is that successful people do the things that average people are unwilling to do. Everyone wants to succeed, but those who consistently do succeed are ordinary people who are on a mission. As a result, they have extraordinary levels of focus, discipline, passion, and confidence affixed to their purpose and vision. Focus is the ability to filter out distractions and direct your full attention to accomplishing a purpose or fulfilling a dream. It is focused attention. Discipline is the ability to stay focused on what needs to be done until your purpose, mission, or dream is accomplished. Discipline is the consistent doing of a thing despite the fact that it is sometimes uncomfortable, inconvenient, or difficult. It is focused action. Passion is the ability to stay motivated, emotionally engaged, and tenaciously persistent in the pursuit of your purpose. It is focused emotion. And confidence is the ability to believe in yourself. It is focused purpose. Clearly, your ability to stay focused, your ability to manage your attention, is an essential component for success. So it is important to know when you are most vulnerable to losing your focus. Your ability to focus is a brain function that occurs in the prefrontal cortex of your brain. This area of the brain is where your higher level brain function occurs. It's where complex cognitive functioning occurs, like planning, decision making, sequencing, and problem solving. And the more we use that area of our brain, the stronger it becomes. It grows in size by creating millions and millions of neurological pathways for greater and more complex activity. When you suffer from stress, fatigue, or other triggering events, your ability to focus is impaired. It's important to understand that when you are suffering from cognitive dissonance or stress, or you're just pushing through to get things done, your biological system automatically goes into the stress response, whether you know it or not, and it triggers the release of stress hormones, the two biggies of which are cortisol and adrenaline. When this happens, your system shuts down your higher level brain function in favor of the lower brain function that's needed for fight, flight, or freeze. There is an initial rush of laser-like attention, but it's very short-lived. And over time, your capability of long-term focused attention decreases due to lack of the sustained use of your higher level brain function for attention. This is new science, but it proves what you've always known, that you are most vulnerable to losing focus when you are stressed, overtired, or fatigued, or an event occurs that creates a negative reaction in you. So now, think about this question. Do you know of any change event that is not stressful, fatiguing, or has the capability of pushing your buttons, particularly in the healthcare industry? Philosopher William James was noted for saying, "My experience is what I agree to attend to." In other words, when we learn to control our attention, we will be in control of our life experiences. Focus, or attention management, is the act of controlling and leading one's attention toward tasks that will deliver to us the greatest value and productivity, professional and personal, by avoiding and controlling the unconstructive distractions of today's world. In healthcare, where actual lives are at risk, your ability to focus becomes a most valuable skill. Think of attention as a mental muscle that must be strengthened for maximum performance or focus. In today's healthcare organization of complexity, ambiguity, and fast-paced continuous change, your natural tendency is to just push through getting things done. But like any muscle training, you must be aware of the signs and/or signals that your cognitive functioning is being compromised. Just a few of the signs or signals are mistakes, forgetting, momentary blackouts, and your mind wandering to a negative place. When you do your personal check-ins, you are strengthening your self-awareness. You are breaking or interrupting any existing stress response that might be going on within you. And you are purposefully ensuring that your thoughts and feelings are where and what they need to be, in a positive and energized state of harmonic effort toward your purpose. Just one more word about focus. The power of focus, keeping your eyes on the prize. Most of us never really focus because we don't know the power of focus. We don't know what it is, how to do it, or even when to do it. We try to take it all in. And in today's world, there's always just too much up there on the screen. If we're not aware, we will be constantly feeling a kind of irritating psychic chaos because we keep trying to think of too many things at once. There's a really simple experiment that provides an excellent example of what focus is. You might have done this in grade school. On a clear, bright, sunny day, take a powerful magnifying glass and a stack of newspapers and go outside. Hold the magnifying glass over a pile of crumpled pages. Even though you are magnifying the power of the sun's rays through the glass lens, you will never start a fire if you keep moving the glass. But if you hold the magnifying glass still, allowing it to focus the rays in a concentrated beam of sun energy, you harness the power of the sun and multiply it through the lens, starting a fire. Your ability to focus works just like this. It works the same with your thoughts. It harnesses your brain power. Try it and ignite your wandering ideas. A fundamental condition for focus is a heightened awareness of self that is directed toward your personal purpose. As it relates to yourself, within yourself, self-awareness, your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. And as it relates to those around you, how do you collaborate? What does your behavior say to others? How do others make you feel? And as it relates to your organization as a whole, within your organization, how do you connect? How are you contributing to organizational culture? Is your personal purpose aligned with your organization's mission? This awareness is fundamental to your capacity for focus, and it easily becomes habitual. But it does take practice, and it feels really slow and uncomfortable at first. Just try sliding these questions into your personal check-in time and see how long it takes before it's automatic. You will be amazed. Before we go to table time, let's take some time for a personal check-in. This means that it's time to be mindful, a time to pause and ask yourself questions. So please, close your eyes. Take a deep, deep breath and repeat with me, either silently or aloud. What sort of feelings have I had since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have my thought patterns been like since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have my behavior patterns been like since my last check-in? And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And open your eyes. You will remember that a personal check-in is also a good opportunity for you to do a physical body scan. So, either sitting or you can stand, and make a conscious effort to bring your body to a state of relaxed anticipation. Beginning at the top of your head, as you slowly breathe in and then out, I want you to first consciously acknowledge the top of your head, your scalp, and then focus on relaxing your scalp. Next, consciously acknowledge your face, and then focus on relaxing your face. Now, your arms and your hands. Gently shake them out. Now your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Wiggle your toes and stretch it out, and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you are standing, please take a seat. And again, please close your eyes. This time, I would ask you to repeat after me, either silently or aloud. Please allow my mind to be open and accepting of all information coming to me, that I may think upon it in the days to come. Now open your eyes. One of the key attributes necessary for developing awareness is your ability to focus. Some of us come pre-wired with a laser-like focus, but for most of us, our brains must be trained to focus. In fact, brain research on concussive injury has identified that even the slightest of concussions has potential to impair the ability to focus, resulting in the necessity to retrain the brain for focus. Adapted from my friend Dina Proctor's 3x3, we will take a few moments to listen to a mini-med for super focus. The music that accompanies the mini-meds is a type of brainwave music. Brainwave music has been proven to move a person into a more positive mental and emotional attitude. The clip that you are hearing is typical of the theta brainwave state, which has proven benefits such as a deeper connection to one's emotions, increased intuition, greater levels of energy and relaxation, enhanced self-awareness, and a greater ability to enter into a highly focused, effortless learning state. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath. Welcome to the mini-med for super focus. For these couple of minutes, I invite you to sit comfortably, and as you let your body settle in, let yourself feel your shoulders just relaxing. Let yourself feel your thoughts releasing, and relaxation encompassing your entire body and mind. As you settle into the feeling of relaxation, allow an image of a goal or something you'd love to manifest come into your mind. It can be something simple that you can accomplish today, or something you're looking to accomplish in years to come. Let your mind hone in on the detail of what it is you'd like to create. As your mind hones in, let yourself feel that you're getting completely encompassed in what it is you want to create. You have the power and the knowledge within you to reach and exceed this goal. What would it feel like to accomplish this goal and get it done? What would that feeling feel like in your body? What would it feel like in your mind to have accomplished this goal? Feel the energy, the wanting, the inspiration from within to devote all of your focus into manifesting this goal. You may feel your energy increasing. You may feel your creativity slowly increasing or even becoming very clear on what you want to create. Notice any inspired ideas or intuitive thoughts that come to you in this state. Notice yourself feeling relaxed yet energized, inspired deeply from within, and incredibly focused and motivated to achieve your goal. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that this energy and these thoughts are grounded and present in solution and love, moving you forward. Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? What sounds do you hear? We are now going to take time for reflection. This reflection time is referred to as table time because this exercise is created to be shared with a discussion group of your peers. Feel free to gather around a table with your colleagues or head over to Corporate Harmony's virtual discussion group. This is also a time to stay focused on task. Be present in the moment, right here. You will see notes pages at the end of the manual section for personal use in gathering insights and questions as you move through the material. So take time to put pen to paper. There are never any wrong or bad answers. Seeing your words on paper allows your brain to open up to even greater possibilities. Putting your thoughts and feelings to words on paper opens your mind to your inner wisdom and greatness. Enjoy this time and share your insights with the discussion group. You will find this slide on page 23 of Chapter 2 of your manual. Next session, we will take a look at the attributes of achievement that we all need to strive for each day at work and in our personal life. So, until then, live each moment of each day with harmony and purpose, and allow your grandest dreams to come true.